Hi, you guys. So recently, I've been heavily talking with a friend about Palestinian resistance, Islam, and integrity, within liberation movements. And I wanted to kind of come on video and on YouTube to share like my findings and what we were talking about. And recently on Instagram and Threads, I posted some of my voice notes of our conversation about integrity, Islam, and spiritual warfare. And basically, I wanted to kind of elaborate that in liberation movements, we can't really have true liberation unless everyone has like a moral compass. So everything under the umbrella of imperialism, colonialisms, all these isms, is designed so that we can be desperate for survival, or it's easy for us to trade on our integrity and to trade on each other and things of that nature. But something that Islam and Palestinian resistance has is they have a moral compass. So something like an accountability. They have a God to answer to, basically. And under imperialism, you can't have two gods. Essentially, you can't worship the colonial god, which is exploitation and destruction of everything and everyone. And one of my theories of why Islam is so hated is because it's a religion that basically opposes colonialism heavily. And so, um, again, you can't have two gods to where um, you just can't compromise on integrity. And I'm trying to remember everything I spoke about. I want to plug the voice notes here, but um, basically, under imperialism and colonialism, the powers that be kind of teach us when we think about liberals and our activism. A lot of people play it safe, or they stop at safe and not like real revolution. And under imperialism, they teach us a lot that like you can be kind of good or get away with like nuance and when in reality there's a clear line with good and bad. And so a lot of the trickery under colonialism is, um, oh, there's no such thing as bad people, or there's no clear lines, or you can be selfish and do good sometimes, and all these things. And really, it's confusing us so that we don't live the right way, which Islam puts a lot of emphasis on, of doing right and sacrificing for the greater good constantly. And that's something in our world that's dominated by evil at this time. It's kind of like sinful to do the right thing and to live in integrity, to walk upright, to speak well to each other, to do right by each other, even to do right by ourselves is an act of resistance. So yeah, it's just stuff to think about. We were also talking about celebrities and how they kind of stop at safe too. They don't, in the Western culture, they don't back Palestinian resistance, for example. And so, yeah, all these things are important to talk about. And it's a really scary place to be, where I do feel like what holds back our like liberation is a lot of people are easily trading on integrity. Like we see it with celebrities all the time on a bigger scale. People do stop at safe, and you can't play both sides. You just can't. You have to pick one. And something that's important is to, for example, if you're pro Palestine, you have to be pro Islam. You have to combat Islamophobia and things of that nature. You have to back Palestinian resistance, because we know that U.S. propaganda is big on, if you go hard for the truth, then you're considered a terrorist, for example. And so it's really important that we can't stay in the middle. We have to be courageous enough to, um, like, really be in our defined truth. And yeah, it takes courage. A lot of people have to have way more courage. And so yeah, that's it for now until I remember what else to post, or maybe I can post the voice notes here. I'm trying to remember if there's more I wanted to say. Um, oh yeah, this just the spiritual warfare aspect of it all is like, um, it is kind of, it's just a clear line of a war of good and bad, and a fight for our souls and things of that nature. And so, um, we can't afford as people to also play both sides. Part of resisting it and doing the right thing is reclaiming our soul often, and that also adds to the greater whole of everything. But yeah, so that's just food for thought for now.